Alright, so let's switch over to the game. You like the zip up? I do. It's nice, and the high reflective is great for if I'm on the bike. It's great for jogging too at nighttime and that sort of thing. The shorts are interesting. Let me show you guys the shorts. They're meant to have the liner sticking out. There's my leg. They're meant to have the liner sticking out, because the shorts only go down to like, if I have to pull, if I let them rest, they rest to about here, like normally. So that's kind of an interesting setup. You know how they kind of sit like that. But like I said, they do have that special cell phone pocket on the side here in the liner, and they've got oh well, that's not a pocket. It's not a pocket. So that's the only. Is that the only pocket it's got? Yeah, that's the only pocket it has, because the other pocket is like a. It's just. I could see people accidentally putting stuff in there and then like possibly breaking their shorts. Oof. But you know, the jacket's got plenty of pocket space, I suppose. Okay, let's get to the game. Deadliest, I'm sure you're still here. He says lewd. Do they have a short with a spandex insert, spandex and butt pad with an overshort would be killer for riding? Yes, they do actually, Duckman. That's the those are the shorts that I've been showing before, the franchise short. Um, and I think this one would be really good for riding too, quite honestly. Although they don't have a butt pad. I agree, that would be really nice to have. In Colorado, that's the weed pocket. Good to know. Alright, Deadliest is in a tier 8 game. He is bottom tier. There's a carrier for his enjoyment. It is a Parsifal, which means it can do really bad things with the AP dive bombers. So we'll have to see what happens with that. You'd feel like you did a decent job at anticipating enemy movements and not overextending, which is, yeah, P.E.F is a very fast ship. So, her guns are nice, although some people don't like them. I really enjoyed the guns themselves. Her secondaries are quite nice, and they've actually been buffed post-Commander rework. If you want to talk about battleships that have won or been improved as a result of the rework, this is one of them. 420 twice a day, damn right. It's Deadliest, so I'm sure there's going to be a death pick. Oh, and you guys didn't remind me. We need to do it. We need to do it. We need to find out if you guys think he has Deadeye or not. So you've got 3 minutes to decide. Does Deadliest have Deadeye? New Orleans goes down. Now, one thing to consider is that there's 2 destroyers on this map, and one is off on his own to be. So, like, Borat's Sexy Time is the name, nice. So that's a consideration, right? Like, do you want to go into this cap not knowing where one of the enemy destroyers is? B is being capped now, so at least you know there's probably a destroyer in B cap, which means A probably just has the battleships and that's it. Dutch, my bike ride to school is 4.5 miles each way. Sometimes I make it longer because, quite frankly, I enjoy riding my bike. My summer bike is fun. Yeah, you're trying to get to the island at this point to block shots from the Nagato and others, which makes perfect sense. Oh, the Mayhem was spotted over here, now into B cap, as we know, and rip your Farragut. You lost your Mogami as well. Yeah, the guns have low weight and corrupt, but I've always found that they're powerful enough in most cases that I need them to be powerful. If that makes any sense. I play her aggressive and up close. I don't play her really far back, so. This is kind of risky, though. You might want to start moving forward and turning in. I would be trying to beach myself. I purposely try to beach myself at this tip on the island right up here. Oh, JSB, I'm a teacher. I teach high school social studies. So I'm not studying anything. So you shoot the bow upper part. 2 pens. That's it. So what do you want me to comment on there, Deadliest? You were surprised you didn't get overpens? Well, the superstructure on the Cracciolo is pretty big enough to allow for that shell to arm through it if you're going straight through. Let me do this. Yeah, exactly. So when you got a full pen, you hit this part and it probably exploded in one of the funnels here. That's probably how you got the 2 full pens. As a matter of fact, if you look close enough, I wonder if we can see any holes in the superstructure to support that claim. No, they don't have anything modeled on it. Anyway, let's get back to your view. Yeah, it's an interesting aspect of the ballistics for sure. And that could be a feature of the low crup we were just talking about earlier. Okay, now you've got a Nagato coming into the area. The Charles Martel is flanking around the side, possibly. Mayhem is over here, so now you are within torpedo strike range, so you pretty much have to move forward, in my opinion. Especially now that you see that smoke there, the Mayhem wants to farm you. Your heal is back, and you've got plenty of hit points to heal, so I would definitely push that heal button. There you go. But I don't like that you're sitting here. I think you need to move. You're worried about the Charles Martel's torps. Well, sure, but in the process, you're risking yourself to Mayhem torps from over here. Personally, I would rather take Charles Martel torps. There's only 3 of them. Mayhem's got enough torps to probably kill you in one salvo. The other thing you could do if you're worried about the Charles Martel torps and you don't want to give the Mayhem a shot on you is to continue reversing and keep your bow pointed at the smoke so that you have the smallest profile possible for incoming torpedoes. Mayhem is 7.2. Or is it 9.2? I'm sorry, 9.2. Oh, look, there's the torps. So good thing you moved when you were. Or when you did, I mean, sorry. Really, Coughlin? That must have been due to saturation. You must have hit all those torps on like one part of your ship. Yeah, the Shores finally switched to HE, so now you have to deal with him. Or at least, like, respect that he's got shots on you. So I like the idea to pull forward here. Implacable should be focusing on that destroyer. Generally speaking, I find carriers either care about destroyers at the beginning, or they wait until they're threatened by destroyers. Then all of a sudden they really care. He's threatened by the man, so he's really caring now. Now, you should be turning here, not like jackknifing into the island. There you go. Okay. So the Charles obviously got wrecked. I think it was the Colorado that wrecked him. That Cracciolo took care of somebody else. And here comes the Arizona. P.E.F does have a pretty tight turn radius, absolutely. Last heal, you might as well. Thanks, Dutch. Forget the Shores. Focus on the Zona for now. Okay, so instead you're bowing on to the Zona, and you're getting shots ready for the shores. That's okay too. Problem is that Arizona is going to force you to stay bow into him right now, unless you want to, you know, risk giving a broadside. So if you think that everybody's going after the Zona, that's great, but you need to be... You have to respect the Arizona's guns, so you're not able to turn. So you have two choices here. Choice one is to just go after the Arizona. Choice two is to slow down and allow people that you think are going for the Arizona to go for the Arizona. Now, fortunately, he's behind the island from you, so this gives you the opportunity to curl around the island and go due north. So at this point, I would probably do that. I would, after getting the cap, I would head towards this island up here. And if the Arizona pops out of the island, your butt's to him, so you're pretty well, you know, angled. The only problem, though, is if you go up forward like that, you're in the front of the pack, and you want to make sure that, you know, you don't get focused down pretty heavily in the process. I would have slowed down here until you got the cap, at least, and then I would have gotten out of the cap. Because look how much the cap reset just from you leaving. You had a lot of cap points. And your team desperately needs the caps. Helena is, I think, trying to go for a long-range shot on the Arizona, which is fine. It's just going to take a while. Yeah, you totally missed the cap aspect. So it's really just the Cracciolo that's capping, which is fine. They'll cap, but there's a lot of time missing in that. Meanwhile, the Zona has continued to reverse. And now you found yourself split between two forces, the Shores and the Arizona. And, as Dutch is pointing out, you're also giving the Mayhem an easier target on you. Now you're still detected. The Arizona is probably not the one detecting you. You just went from 1 to 0 to 1, so that should tell you that torpedoes are probably coming. And here comes the Parseval with the AP dive bombers. This will probably not end too well for you. Fortunately for you, the Shores panicked and is pulling forward like this. Because that's an easy done. Here come the AP bombers. Ouch. Engines are out. You have no more heal. You got in front. And you're paying for that now. It's so cool seeing all you guys getting these Twitch containers and Twitch missions, by the way. So, thanks for watching and being part of the stream. I really do appreciate it, guys. And thanks for saying something in chat about that. That's awesome. Nelson is hopefully going to die here by the implacable torps. Oh, look. Torpedoes from the Mayhem. And they ended. Very lucky right there. So the engine not hurts you, but at the same time, it really hasn't affected you, other than you're simply not, like, able to get your guns on this Helena. But what it does do, though, is it allows the Colorado to take point lead for a little bit, or at least the ship lead. Which means he's going to get focused more instead of you for a bit. Now he goes down. Alright, so the worst thing you can do right now is keep pulling forward into the gun arcs of this Veneto. I know you want to kill this Helena, but you're not going to be able to do it. And of course, he disappears right when your guns are ready. I hate when that happens. And reappears right after you shot. I really hate when that happens. And he's firing SAP at you. His engines are out, which is actually bad for you and good for him, because that means he'll have a shot on you for longer. Although I think you're about to die by torpedoes. And wait for it. And there's the death pick. Alright, so as always, guys, we do pause the game to take pictures of people as they die. And it's always... Oh. We got a guy parachuting. I don't think I've ever seen a parachuter up close before. So let's take a look at that guy, huh? That's kind of neat. Where did the bombers go? There they are. He looks kind of bored. Yeah, he does look kind of bored. Gotta get a death pick with the planes that killed you. Yeah, it is a pretty good model of him. And I love the parachute coming in. Let's go closer to that parachute now. And let's see what we can get out of the parachute. Art department with the carry, yes. Alright, Deadliest. I think that's a pretty cool death pick, huh? I think that's gonna win for your replay. Try to get a little bit closer, but I don't know how much closer I can get. I don't want to waste too much people's time. So let's just do that, and let's move on. Deadliest says he approves. Good. So you're probably gonna lose this game. It just took way too long to kill that Arizona, and I think that's part of the problem was when you said there was a decision point to be made, you felt other people will handle the Arizona, and it's usually better to kill the ship that's on the flank first and then move up. That Arizona kept 4 of you guys still for way too long. So let's fast forward a little bit. Let's see how the game ends. Cracciolo kills the Mayhem, maybe? Yes. And then Helena's gonna get yeeted. Yep. Cracciolo's gonna try to compete. Benito makes Inky but dies. Carrier gets the drop. Now it's just it's the Cracciolo plus Implacable versus their Parsifal. And time runs out, unfortunately. What were the results of the poll, by the way? No. The poll says no, you did not have Deadeye. Deadliest, did you have Deadeye? You're afraid of the entire flank charging off. Well, yeah, but the problem is Deadliest is... by splitting, you allowed the enemy to focus on you. Whereas if you had stuck with the flank, it would have been harder for the enemy to get you down. So I think you and the Colorado should have done it. So, oh, you went with secondaries. Got it. So that's a negatory to Deadeye. Cool. Well, thanks for sending that one in. And next up is our Benson game.